Hello. Okay, I got this. Remember, black out the screen until I say to show the screen or hint at it. 3, 2, 1, cut. Hey everyone, welcome back. I realize that I've had this sort of video hiatus for a while and haven't been uploading that much. And the latest video that was like fully edited and fully everything was like a month ago. So we're gonna get right back into it with some stuff that I've been working on. So let me show my screen here. I've been working on something a little bit. Oh shoot, it scrolled. So kind of exciting. And in my next video, I'll show you something else that I've been working on, which should be uploaded soon after this one, hopefully, if I remember to do that. Either way, I've been working on something. It may or may not be a game, because it is a game, but you may recognize... Okay, not this. Let me... Where's the player? There he is. If you know me, and then you know this game usually, right? Because this is one of the first games that I made, and I sort of went for an upgraded look. Essentially, it's keyboard. That's literally the music from Carlson. I totally forgot I did that. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Alright, so I used the music from Carlson because I didn't have any music, and I was like, eh. And I started watching Danny again, and that's what made me get back into the game creation, actually. So, shout out to Danny. Even though he has, like, a million more subscribers than me, it doesn't matter. Still shouting him out. Either way, this is basically the same game as what I've had before. Except I added, like, particles, animations, and stuff that weren't in the tutorial itself. So that way I could learn from what I did. And I made this in two days. I even added a latest score. I was going to have a high score originally, and then I was like, I don't care enough. And yeah, so I gave up and just did that. But we don't talk about that. But yeah, there's animations for when you hit something. The hit detection isn't the greatest. There was something that I said in the tutorial and that I need to remember and stuff. It's just sort of like a quick little game made in 2 days, sort of to see if I've still got it. I hate saying that. Either way, 4 levels, and then there's the credits. I'll put the GitHub in the description. I believe you might have to log in, but just click the clone repository button, and you should be able to get my game. Now, I'm going to get on how I created this. First of all, this is made using a tutorial from Brackeys. I did add on a few more things like animations and stuff, but you can just look up how to use animations within a game and then sort of hard code that in. But I'm going to explain the Brackeys bit. So essentially, first of all, he started... Oh yeah, because I disabled the thing. Alright, so he started with level 1 essentially, right? And what I did first was create a cube. And this cube is the player, aka the thing that was moving earlier, aka the thing that you don't want to hit other things with. And also the ground, which is, as you can see, just a cube that has the scale set to 15 on the x-axis and like 10,000 on the z-axis, so that way you don't ever really hit the end. You can obviously shorten that or lengthen it depending on how long you want your levels. Totally up to you. It also depends on how fast you want your player going, but whatever. This isn't going to be really a tutorial, it's more of how I did this, not like how did I do this and how can you learn from it kind of thing, And then I added in these obstacles, just kind of control-D'd them, duplicated them everywhere, placed them around, moved them around. Wasn't a whole lot to that. But then you had to tag them as obstacle. I am skipping a lot of stuff, by the way. The tutorial won't take you that long if you've programmed before. Just a little bit. Either way, that's about it for the obstacles and the level itself. And you're like, wait, when I play, my character doesn't move. Yeah, you kind of want him to, right? So, basically, that has to do with the scripting, which is going to be a lot of the game. just saying, you're not going to do a whole lot if you just drag objects and put them around in here. But, I mean, technically you can do a lot if you just have, like, one script. Whatever. I'm getting far ahead. Too far ahead. Whatever. So, first of all, once you head down here, you'll notice that the P movement script, it's player movement in this tutorial. This is a little bit weird. So, if I open this up, let me pause the recording. Alright, we're back. So, pretty much right here, what you can see right now, wait, I'm gonna have to move this around. Shoot. I'm kind of just gonna post this instead of, like, you know, doing a lot to this. I'm just kind of showing my progress kind of thing. If you want to see more edited stuff of me showing how I did this, then that's fine. I'll do, like, the next game or whatever. Either way, this has to do with the animation that's supposed to play, but I don't know why I haven't played I was always wondering. No, wait. Oh, wait. I'm done. No, I have two animation. Well, that's the particle effect, not even the animation. I'm getting mixed up right now. Either way, this is the key input right here. This is how you're supposed to move around. I realize it's not that efficient, but that's what I used in the tutorial, so it was like, alright, fine. If you're wondering about all of this, go watch the tutorial. I'll explain a little bit right now about this. Right here, it's referencing a, what is it called? A rigid body, variable that I made? And I just called it RB. And you may be wondering, well, how does it know what rigid body to reference? That's where the UI comes in. Because in the UI, which I can't show, you can just drag in the player's rigid body, so that way it can get its position. Whoa, crazy, right? And then it'll be like, dot add force, so that way it gets pushed forward. Sorry, I'm thinking of another thing. So that way if you press D to go to the right, it actually moves you right. Wow, crazy. And then sideways force is public, so that way you can change it within the UI itself, but also have it be adjustable and replace hard coding in a number there. So that way you can use it for A and D at the same time instead of having to do 500 for this and then 500 for that. And it's like, oh, that's not fast enough or something. Whatever. And then time.delta time. Now that bit was weird to comprehend at first, and I was like, oh, that's dumb, obviously. You may notice that there's a fixed update up here. Fixed update is pretty much the same as update for, like, I don't know, physics stuff? Yeah, pretty much. So then you have to pretty much multiply that by time.delta time, and that references actual time. So that way, somebody doesn't move faster on a certain computer because they're getting more frames a second compared to somebody that doesn't get as many frames. Because otherwise, it'll add the sideways force as many times as you get frame. It's hard to explain because I suck at explaining stuff. And then you can just sort of test by feel on that one. Force mode velocity change. I am having a stroke. What does that mean? Force mode velocity change. Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, so that way it doesn't slide as much and it makes it easier to control. It was sort of a bit Jimmy rigged in there. And that's kind of applied to both to keep them about the same. And then these emit particles were the little sparks that were coming out. I was trying to make it come from the ground and be like, when you like skirt around a corner and there's like sparks or something. I don't know. I don't watch cars. But it didn't work that well. Either way, the rest of these have about this same general consensus of like either moving it forward, figuring out if the game ends, collisions and stuff. When you die, if you fall off, stuff like that. No pause menu, because I had a pause menu this time. Wow, crazy. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to it, honestly. Yeah, that's about it, honestly. That's literally it. That's it. If you spend at most a week watching the tutorial series from Brackeys and then just programming this in about an hour a day, you'll be able to do this. It's not that hard. And he has a couple other tutorials on how to like post stuff. on like GitHub and stuff. You know, it's not super difficult. So if you have the time, it's definitely easier compared to Unreal Engine, but Unreal Engine can kind of go a little bit further than this, although it's a lot harder. So a whole thing, whatever. For Unity, if you want to learn Unity, go ahead with this practice tutorial. It's really helpful, and I'm going to go into the future in my next video and show you some things that I may or may not have done with Blender, if you know what that is. So thank you for watching. Sorry that this video was a little bit long and just me rambling, but if you wouldn't mind, go ahead, like and subscribe in the description down below, and I'll make another game that isn't just following a tutorial and some random other ones in the World Wide Web. I don't know. So that way, you guys can get some insight and some programming. Ooh, and I'll do some gaming soon. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.